Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers Channel. Today we will learn about the explosive developments hitting Port Charles this Wednesday, February 4, as multiple storylines reach critical turning points that will leave fans absolutely stunned. The tension in Port Charles has never been higher, as several residents find themselves entangled in dangerous situations that threaten to unravel everything they've worked so hard to protect. Michael's high-stakes interrogation. The episode kicks off with Michael Corinthos finding himself in the hot seat at the Port Charles Police Department, where detectives are conducting an intense interrogation regarding the shocking shooting of Drew Kane. The atmosphere in the interrogation room is thick with tension, as officers press Michael for answers about his whereabouts and potential involvement in the incident that left Drew fighting for his life. Michael maintains his composure despite the relentless questioning, knowing that one wrong word could have devastating consequences not just for himself but for his entire family. The investigators are clearly building a case, and Michael can feel the walls closing in around him as they present evidence and timelines that seem to paint an increasingly troubling picture. However, hope arrives in the form of the brilliant legal mind Diane Miller, who swoops in like the seasoned professional she is to protect her client. After reviewing the prosecution's case and consulting with Michael, Diane emerges from a private meeting with an unmistakable smile spreading across her face. She delivers the news that ADA Justine Turner has inadvertently handed them what Diane describes as a massive gift, likely a procedural error, compromised evidence, or perhaps witness testimony that contradicts the prosecution's theory. Diane's confidence radiates as she assures Michael that she possesses the legal ammunition necessary to help him navigate through this treacherous situation and emerge unscathed. Her experience in handling complex criminal cases involving the Corinthos family gives her unique insight into how to dismantle the prosecution's arguments piece by piece, and she's already formulating a strategy that will expose the weaknesses in their case. Anna's mysterious disappearance revealed. Meanwhile, across the ocean in France, a bizarre and deeply concerning situation is unfolding that will send shockwaves through Port Charles. Emma Scorpio Drake receives an unexpected phone call that leaves her visibly shaken and immediately prompts her to seek out Felicia Scorpio for guidance and support. The young woman explains that a police officer from a small, remote town in the French countryside contacted her with startling news about her grandmother, Anna Devane. According to the officer's account, Anna was discovered on a desolate road after she flagged down a passing motorist in what appeared to be a state of extreme distress, exhaustion. The details Emma shares paint a harrowing picture of Anna's recent ordeal. Anna revealed to the French authorities that she had been held prisoner in an undisclosed location for an undetermined period of time before managing to orchestrate a daring escape. Her clothes were disheveled, she showed signs of physical and mental strain, and her behavior raised immediate concerns among the local police. Most alarmingly, Anna insisted she needed to contact her loved ones in Port Charles urgently to warn them about an impossible revelation that the notorious and supposedly deceased Cesar Faison is somehow alive and remains a threat to everyone she holds dear. The sinister plot against Anna. What Anna doesn't yet realize is that her captors have orchestrated an elaborate psychological warfare campaign designed to destroy her credibility and have her institutionalized. Director Ross Cullum and his accomplice Jen Sidwell have carefully constructed a scenario where Anna's claims about encountering Liesl Obrecht, Peter August, and ultimately Cesar Faison during her captivity will sound like the delusional ramblings of someone experiencing a complete mental breakdown. Their plan hinges on Anna sharing these wild stories with authorities and loved ones, knowing that the seemingly impossible nature of her claims will lead everyone to question her sanity rather than investigate the possibility that she's telling the truth. The mastermind behind this scheme understands that Anna's reputation for being sharp, analytical, and grounded will actually work against her in this situation. When someone known for being level-headed suddenly starts making claims about dead villains returning from the grave, it creates a cognitive dissonance that makes institutionalization seem like the compassionate response. The conspirators are counting on Anna's own credibility to be the very weapon that destroys her freedom and silences her warnings about the real dangers lurking in the shadows. Jason's internal conflict. Jason Morgan finds himself caught in an agonizing dilemma as he processes the information about Anna's situation. During a private conversation with Dante Falconeri, Jason shares the details of Anna's claims while grappling with a fundamental question: is Anna genuinely experiencing what she describes? Or is she still under the influence of sophisticated gaslighting techniques designed to make her question her own reality? Jason's experience with psychological manipulation gives him unique insight into how such tactics can warp even the strongest minds, making him hesitant to dismiss Anna's story outright despite its fantastic elements. Dante draws on his own painful history of mental struggles as he offers perspective on Anna's predicament. Having experienced his own journey through psychological trauma and the slow road to recovery, Dante understands the crucial importance of having someone trustworthy to anchor you when reality becomes uncertain. He tells Jason that Anna needs someone she knows and trusts implicitly to lead her back from the edge, to help her distinguish between genuine threats and manufactured fears. Dante's words carry the weight of personal experience, and his insight about the healing power of trusted relationships resonates deeply with Jason as he considers how best to support Anna through this crisis. Britt's medication crisis at Bobby's establishment. Britt Westmore's situation takes a dramatic and dangerous turn when she returns to her room to discover that all her medication vials have vanished without a trace. The panic that grips her is palpable and entirely justified. These aren't ordinary prescriptions, but specialized medications connected to a highly confidential project that could mean the difference between life and death. Britt frantically searches every corner of her room, her mind racing through possible explanations and dreading the implications of this theft. The situation becomes even more complicated when she receives a visit from someone directly connected to the mysterious project. Quite possibly Marco Rios, who was recently spotted downstairs engaging in conversation with Lucas Jones. Lucas had made a pointed observation about Britt wearing the same outfit from the previous day, suggesting with a knowing look that she might be doing the walk of shame after a night spent elsewhere. This seemingly innocent comment now takes on additional significance as questions arise about Britt's whereabouts and commitment to the project. During the tense confrontation in her room, Britt desperately insists that she made a commitment to complete the work and that she's fully dedicated to fulfilling her obligations. However, Marco may counter with a harsh ultimatum: the medication will not be returned until Britt officially relocates to Windermere and commits to living there, full-time as originally agreed. This revelation suggests that the missing medication isn't theft at all, but rather a calculated pressure tactic designed to force Britt's compliance with the project's terms. Marco may also probe into where exactly Britt spent the previous night, forcing her to concoct an elaborate cover story to protect whatever secret she's been harboring. Sonny and Justine's power play. The ongoing chess match between Sonny Corinthos and ADA Justine Turner continues to escalate as both parties engage in a sophisticated dance of manipulation and counter-manipulation. Their latest confrontation crackles with tension as they trade verbal jabs, while each attempts to gain the upper hand in their complex relationship. Justine tells Sonny with a barely concealed smirk that anything might be possible, but she cautions him against holding his breath, waiting for any favorable developments in Michael's case. Her warning carries both a threat and a taunt, suggesting she holds cards that Sonny hasn't yet seen. Despite Justine's confident demeanor and the obstacles she continues to place in his path, Sonny remains absolutely resolute in his determination to protect his son by any means necessary. He's prepared to leverage every resource call in every favor, and make whatever deals are required to ensure Michael doesn't face consequences for Drew's shooting. Sonny's unwavering commitment to family drives every decision he makes, and he won't rest until Michael is completely clear of this investigation. Willow's desperate measures. However, while Sonny fights to protect Michael, his daughter-in-law Willow is waging her own battle using tactics that would shock even the most hardened Port Charles residents. In her desperation to secure her position in the custody battle, Willow has crossed ethical and moral boundaries that she never imagined she would approach. She delivered a chilling blackmail threat to Alexis Davis, warning the respected attorney that she would completely cut off Scout Quartermain from all contact with her family if Alexis refused to provide legal representation in Willow's custody fight. Now, in Wednesday's episode, Willow opens up to Nina Reeves about the extreme measures she's taking, potentially admitting to her blackmail plot and making it absolutely clear that there is no line she won't cross when her children's futures are at stake. Willow's transformation from the gentle, kind-hearted woman everyone knew into someone willing to weaponize a child's relationships demonstrates just how far maternal instinct can push a person when they feel cornered and desperate. She warns Nina that she's prepared to pull out every stop, employ every tactic, and sacrifice every principle if that's what it takes to win the custody battle against Michael. This revelation will undoubtedly shock Nina, who thought she understood Willow's character. And it sets the stage for an explosive custody battle that will tear the Corinthos family apart from the inside. The stakes have never been higher, and Willow's willingness to fight dirty ensures that this legal battle will become a scorched earth campaign where no one emerges unscathed. Port Charles residents better buckle up, because this Wednesday's episode promises to deliver jaw-dropping moments that will have lasting consequences for everyone involved.